Okay, good evening everyone. Last presentation of the night. There's just a few of you in at the moment. Right, well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about A-level chemistry. My name is Dr. Berry, if there's anyone in that doesn't know me. If you've got any questions, there's only a few people, so if you just type them in the chat as we go along, or my presentation should only take about 10 minutes, there'll be plenty of time at the end to ask questions then as well. So the question really for yourselves is why choose A-level chemistry? There's lots of different reasons for that. It may be because you enjoy chemistry. Hopefully that's one of the key things, and that's what we're really looking for, people with a passion for the sciences to continue them to A-level. Chemistry A-level is designed to follow on from GCSE chemistry. A lot of the topics, as you'll see later, are the same, but in a lot more detail. A lot more emphasis on formulae, equations, chemical calculations involved. But like I say, familiar topics, bonding, structure, atomic structures in there, rates of reaction, which is something that we're doing at the moment. You might want to do it because it will be good for the future. It's a very good choice and sometimes required choice for those of you that might consider careers in health, clinical professions, things like medicine, veterinary science and so on. It's often required for medicine where sometimes biology isn't. It does prepare you for a lot of different careers. It develops a lot of desirable skills, investigative skills, the numeracy and so on that we've talked about. It does allow you to keep your options open. It's a well-liked A-level. Employers recognise that it is difficult and therefore it is worth a lot on your CV. If you want to find out a little bit more about career choices, there's a QR code there if you'd like to follow that on the PowerPoint, and the PowerPoints I think will be sent out after this evening. You might want to do it for the challenge. I mentioned that it's a difficult A-level. It is a difficult A-level, no doubt about that. It's a big step up from GCSE, but because of that, it is a good challenge and it is well respected. We will test synoptic understanding of all of the chemistry course, how science works. There's a lot of stretch and challenge involved. And like I said before, it will lead on to a lot of different career pathways, from the finance sector to environmental science and so on. Lots and lots of different areas, even teaching. You might be thinking of doing other subjects like biology, physics or maths, and in that case, really consider chemistry because it fits really well with them. Biology and physics, there's some overlapping content, particularly with biology, and maths is the students we have who do maths as well as chemistry really benefit from that. They're able to get their heads around the maths side of chemistry a lot better than others, so they really fit well together. You might like doing practicals, and therefore you think you do chemistry for the practicals, which is great. We do 6 a year, and you'll hopefully start there going, well, that's not very many. And you're right, it's not. Those are the key practicals, the required ones. We have to do those, and we assess our students on how well they perform on those practicals. That makes up part of the qualification. However, of course, we do many other practicals. About 15% of our lessons are related to practical tasks, not necessarily 1 in every 10 lessons. We might go through areas where we don't do any practicals for a while and then do 3 or 4 in a week, but roughly around 15% overall. You might want to do it for the teaching. We are very lucky to have a very settled teaching staff in the chemistry department. The total years teaching across the 3 of us is, I think it's 75 years now. So myself, Mr. Elwell, Mr. Guire, are all available. We tend to split the chemistry sets, so you'll have half of your lessons with one teacher, half with another, so that you benefit from two different teaching approaches to the subject. You might want to do it because you know that we get very good grades. We are consistently among the best in the college for our grades, and to put that into context, if we take the pandemic years out of this, prior to that, over our average A-star to B pass rate was 83% over 9 years. So to keep that average over such a long time is a very good track record. That obviously went up during the pandemic years, but I think this is more reflective of those students who will go on and do A-levels and where we expect to be. If you like the idea of that, if you think it's for you, then you'll need at least a grade 7 in GCSE chemistry or 2 7s in combined science. I'd suggest you should be looking at a 7 in GCSE maths as well, because of the numeracy that's involved. And you do, I've said already, that it's a hard A-level, and you will therefore need to be prepared to work hard. We start on the 1st of September when you come in, and from that day onwards, we will be expecting you to work hard. Other subjects might have a more relaxed approach because they don't have maybe the same initial content to get through that we do. So if you're considering chemistry, do be prepared that you will have to hit the ground running when you come back in September. Group sizes, we have about 50 in year 12 at the moment, over 3 classes, so 15-ish in each class, and then 35 in year 13, so about 17-ish in each class. So relatively small class sizes usually, although they're not necessarily completely even. Some groups will have more than others depending on how the options fall. So the A-level structure is that there are 3 exam papers which are all sat at the end of year 13. A-level chemistry is split into 3 different areas. We have what's called physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and organic chemistry. The physical chemistry is what you've done along the lines of atomic structure, all the calculations that we've done around moles, that's all classed as physical chemistry. Inorganic chemistry is the stuff that we've been doing since year 7, mixing acids and alkalis, making salts, so all of those sort of classic chemistry experiments, copper sulfate, hydrochloric acid, those sorts of things. And then organic chemistry, which we've started and touched on at GCSE in terms of crude oil and the alkanes, that actually makes up a whole section of A-level chemistry on its own. A third of A-level chemistry is organic chemistry, and that's the chemistry of carbon itself. So as you can see, there's 2 papers there which are a mixture of physical and inorganic or organic, and then a third paper which is just literally any content. It's the synoptic paper. It also covers all the practical work that we've done in that paper. Those 12 compulsory practicals can be examined on the papers as we go through. This is a bit more detail, but actually I've not put this in so that you can see the more detail. I just wanted to show you that the titles of the topics that we do are familiar to you, hopefully. So atomic structure, bonding, acids and bases, redox, reduction and oxidation. Those are all things that you know already, and you can see that we're just going to take those and dive into them in a lot more detail and find out that what we teach as black and white, maybe at GCSE, there are more grey areas, and how do we explain those grey areas in chemistry. Okay, final thing then, what support? So all of our students will get a set of notes that they complete during our lessons. Everyone will have exactly the same notes by the end. Lots of past exam questions given out. AQA specific textbook. We regularly assess using past paper questions, all hoping to prepare you for those final exams. And then we look at individual intervention for students who maybe are struggling a little bit more. We offer after-school help sessions for those students, and also we have a chemistry clinic every Monday lunchtime, so Key Stage 5 students can just pop in and know that on a Monday lunchtime they will find one of us available in the science area to help. And of course, we're a small college, which means that we have that benefit of dedicated support from ourselves to you just when you need it. So all you have to do is come and find us and ask. Okay, I hope that explains a bit more about chemistry. I hope you're considering it for next year. If you've got any more questions, you can either email myself there, Dr. rberry@stambrose.org.uk, or you can put them in the chat now, and I will be more than happy to help you with that. So yeah, unless there's any questions, I'm going to turn my mic off now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. But if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat and I will respond. Thank you for your interest, everyone. Take care.